Had to be done, obviously. Like, personally, I prefer this to Maniac 2000, but that's just me. So, what about yourself?
I'm partial to Maniac 2000.
Really?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I don't know. For me, this does it more. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, OTT Martina's Gaff Party 3, the first time OTT were in the Tivoli since November of last year, and it's so strange because when you walked in there. Like, I was talking to a few of the regulars who always go, like Amy and Ali and Snape and all that. Mm-hmm. And they're all telling me, God almighty, we haven't been here since November. It's so strange. But it's like a nice family reunion when you go there. Like, it's thinking, oh, this is what it was like. Yeah. This is it. Like, you know. And despite all the people who are maybe complaining, maybe that they have problems seeing and stuff like that. Like, I can't really see that point of view, obviously, because I try to my best to get to either the front or ringside, like for the best view possible as you would. Like, but at the same time, it's like a spiritual home sort of thing. Sort of what we talked about with PWG, like leaving Residia, like, you know, it's going to be strange when it's all gone, but at the same time, it is what it is, and it's nice to be back.
I say I was. Sorry, I wasn't there, I don't know. I don't know.
Anyway, we'll get on to before the whole show started. William J. Humperdinck revealed. What's up?
Well, seeing as...
Oh, yes, of course.
Seeing as I didn't get to make to any of the shows, unfortunately... Well, the preconceived mindset I have for that I said earlier on, if I can't get a seat, I don't go. I couldn't go on the Sunday because I had prior engagements that I had to stick to. But...
You're an actually busier man than me.
Going to start off a new feature on the show.
Yeah.
So, Dave, from... Okay, so I can't look at both shows because unfortunately the Defiant show at the time we're recording today hasn't been put online yet.
Indeed, yeah.
So give me a match from the Gaff Party right now.
Right.
And I'll get it up here.
Right.
And I will give you rolling commentary on the match of what I think. Like, the sound will be off, so unfortunately I can't hear our Irish David Attenborough talk. So... Yes, so tell me a match. What match?
The Fatal 4-Way.
Fatal 4-Way, so for the general neutral title.
Indeed, that's the one.
Right, so give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get this up here now. I have OTT on demand open here.
Okay.
So, let me see. Okay, so it's probably, I think it was later on in the night, wasn't it?
It was co-main events, so it was before the main events.
Okay, cool. So
main events was Devil and Angelico.
Okay, so I'm going to see. Okay, here I have it here now. Oh, okay, so I have it here just as... LJ it has made his entrance, okay? So you can see the bleh everywhere. Bleh is everywhere.
Alright.
Everyone else seems to be in the ring. Okay, so you go ahead, you talk about the show, and I will randomly shout things when I see it happen.
This is going to be so funny. Pre-match anyway, before the whole show started, William J. Humperdinck came out revealing Tony Kelly, who is now the co-commentator with Angus, as his brother-in-law. And that's apparently how we got the gig.
She has a can-do stick.
And Don's official, and basically announced Tony as Don's official replacement. And there's funny chants in between because, like, obviously, like a lot of people still miss Don, and they're doing funny chants of Don did Tony's sister and stuff like that. Like, to the point where here's Foxy and Butch who are laughing at the side, like so. I think at one point they called William Essie shoes. I obviously can't say the detail word, but you can imagine. You're not even listening to me. This is weird.
Just no. Oh good God, he has nunchucks.
He has nunchucks, yeah. That was a funny bit. They have a duel there.
Martina just cheap shot TK with the can-do stick.
Yeah.
That looked like a hurt as well. I don't think he definitely wasn't expecting that. Can-do stick versus nunchucks.
Yeah. Butch.
Oh!
So weird.
LJ Cleary, more like the Bruce Lee Cleary.
Well, I like it. Butch was in a onesie as well, like if you didn't see that, like during that as well, which is a nice touch. But anyway, the first match was an NLW tournament title tournament qualifier. So the winner of this match will be taking on Scotty Davis at the NLW title tournament starting in a few weeks' time now over the Ringside Club.
Yes. Between
Chris Ridgway and El Fantismo.
El Fantismo, yes. He has probably the craziest entrance I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's like if Prince Devitt back in the day was a DJ.
Yeah,
Sort
it
of like
actually
that.
reminds me
Or
of.
if we made a trip to Ibiza or something like that.
It reminds me of. I remember years and years ago. I used to listen to Enter Shikari,
Right.
and they had these like finger laser things for their gigs,
Oh yeah,
and that's where I get that from.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. But Chris Ridgway, he's like Liverpool's answer to Kota Ibushi. I'm not sure if he's from Liverpool. I think he's around that area. Like, I think that's where he's from. But he has a very... The way he throws his kicks, I'm not sure about... He doesn't obviously do all the crazy moonsault stuff or anything like that. But his technique, his striking in particular, remind me like a lot of that. Very well-controlled high flying from both men. But especially El Fantismo, who... His party trick in this, where he did like a 3-rope old school. So basically, he started on one turnbuckle, walked across the whole rope, walked across the second rope, walked across the third rope until he eventually, I don't know what he did in the end, I think it was a clothesline or something like that. So it was an awesome match, very competitive. In the end, though, it was Ridgway who submitted El Fantismo with a counter to the rear naked choke. I think they were trying to do a slam, and it's very similar to the way Shayna Baszler does her naked choke, if it's a reversal or if it's done from a suplex. So it's a very class finisher. Very good match. Both men showed respect afterwards, so good show there. How are we getting on the match now?
TK is definitely the toughest man I've ever seen in a pair of dungarees.
Well, he is Samoan.
Yeah.
Duncan Disorderly from Kingston North took on Adam Brooks. Like, here's the thing. Now, Chris Ridgway, his gimmick is like he has a black belt in being hard as F.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan Disorderly is the sensei of that. Because by God, is he scary sometimes.
Yeah.
And especially at the start of this match where he basically was trying to go through Adam Brooks. But Adam Brooks is this type of guy. He generates heat very well in the sense that he tries to play off the crowd, but he tries to interrogate and tries to look for the cheap shots.
Oh, no.
What's happening now?
Oh, LJ tried to go over the top rope to get all three, but they caught him, and he went headfirst into the side.
Brooks won in the end, though, after a cradle following a low blow as Foxy was blinded. So it continues the losing streak, not just the Kings of the North of the tag team, but also in general as well. So we'll get onto that later on. But meantime, Zach Gibson made an open challenge because he's obviously in a big high right now. He's co-tag team champions at the moment. And he would continue on to huge boost, once again slating Irish wrestling, saying that there's no one left.
That's just a waste.
What?
TK is using baking trays on Janela's head. Stop breaking them on the head. You can make some fine chips with those things. You do not have to break them over a person's head.
They're replaceable.
Make some chips. Do something, you know. Heat the pan up, then hit them.
He's Anti McCain's.
She has a big bottle of Stella.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Gibson made an open challenge then to it, and Michael May answered the challenge. And this was a terrific match. Like in terms of we talked about how Michael May had such a great match with Scotty Davis. This was right up there as well because the technical sequences were just so good. Mm-hmm. There was even like at one stage a ground and you know how you see ground and pound in MMA. It was a ground and chop fest where I think they were both in a handstand where their legs were tangled and they're trying to chop each other even while they were on their hands and stuff like that.
Ooh, Janela just took Martina's head off with a super kick.
Yeah.
The crowd are still looking for the head.
So yeah, but again, it was a really close match. Michael, as you can imagine, was still over as hell.
No.
What's going on now?
You put that away. You put that away, Joey.
Oh,
put it away.
I know what's going to happen here.
Why has he got a... No, he's got a sash and he's got a staple gun. No.
I know what's going to happen here. This is awful.
No.
This hurts to watch.
Ah! Ah!
You're watching the bits where Martina gets her sash stapled on her head.
Ah! Why would you do that to the host of the Gaff party? She invited you to her Gaff party, and you do that to her?
I actually wouldn't have it any other way. Gibson eventually...
Some people bring cans. Some people bring a bottle of wine. You don't bring a staple gun.
There's no rules in four-ways.
No rules in Martina's Gaff party, I guess. Well.
Gibson eventually won the match by submission via his Shankly Gate submission, which is like a reverse arm lock. Mm-hmm. Despite a strong effort from Michael May, it was a very competitive match. But despite Gibson's obvious fatigue after the match, he still called the match easy work. Still getting all that heat, and here's me going that this is how much heat you're going to the point where I'm with the lads beside me and they're like, yes,
like warming your hands.
Indeed. Now, Scotty Davis took on Mark Haskins. Now, this match, I don't know if you've seen the preview for the YouTube video preview for this, but But both men,
yes, I did.
but both men are so beloved that they had a chant off at the start.
Yeah.
Where it was Scott, let's go, Haskins, Scotty, Davis. That went on for like a solid minute and a half to 2 minutes until. It's one funny thing. Like I was talking to Butch during the Fight Factory show, and
it would be it's Easter time. She would have an Easter egg. That's cool.
Oh, it gets better than that. Wait until they say. There's a bit though. What happens though when where I think it was during one show where they're having a chant off between the two, and I think Butch hinted about saying "Go banana." No, and looking back, I wish I said that in between that because that would have been so funny after a huge chant off and some of the crowd just goes "Go banana." But
what the hell was in that egg?
There was thumbtacks in that egg.
What?
They're all over the floor. Did you not see them?
I'm looking at it now. Why would you do that?
Because people get suplexed on thumbtacks and chocolate.
Lee is going to be taking thumbtacks out of his hair for the next week.
It was a terrific match, though. Great psychology in this match because it's like the young up and
comer.
No, she's
gonna do a Wilmstone. No.
Oh. It was a great match, though. It was great psychology because it was like the young up and comer of Scotty Davis against trying to prove himself against the more seasoned former champion in Mark Haskins. It was very similar in a way to the Gibson versus May match, except they were both faces gone to this. If that makes sense. In the end, though, it was really back and forth. Like Davis was more than a handful for Haskins, but in the end, it was Haskins who won by a 3-limbed sharpshooter, forcing Scotty to tap. So he had the sharpshooter, but he had the arm trapped as well, and forcing the other arm for Scotty to tap. Now here's where it gets interesting. After the match, it looked like they're both like looking at each other thinking, they're going to show respect, but Haskins then refuses to show Scotty respect, demanding he leaves the ring. Scotty wasn't happy about that at all. He gave him the middle finger and then legged it because he was he left a bitter taste in his mouth before Haskins went on ranting about how he never got his rematch against Jordan Devlin.
Oh,
what's up now?
Sorry, Janela just flipped off the top rope and then in the same sequence German suplex LJ.
This is like
unbelievable.
This is like Pro Wrestling Saturday right now.
Unbelievable. It's a German off. It's a German off.
How can I describe the situation? It's like I'm Jeff Stelling and you're Paul Merson or something like that.
Well, this is definitely Soccer Saturday.
Pro Wrestling Saturday.
I would like. I'd prefer to be the Chris Kamara instead of the Paul Merson.
Okay, it works for me. I won't hear any unbelievables from you. But anyway,
unbelievable, Dave.
And anyway, it was what happened was so he, as I said, Haskins was he was disappointed. Obviously, and he was ranting about how he never got his rematch with Devlin, and disapproved of the fact he spoiled the main event of Scrappermania by saying it was going to be Zack Sabre Jr. who will be facing Devlin at Scrappermania. But he disapproves that because he felt he skipped a line just because he's New Japan, stuff like that. And here's him who had a serious back injury and fought his best to get back in, and how OTT is his number one promotion to wrestle in, and he said that they can all go F themselves. So he was really angry about the whole
Haskins
thing.
gone like full heel now, is he?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Which I'm okay with. You know, Mark Haskins is a very good heel. I've seen him as a heel in progress.
Face and heel mannerism.
He works
anyway,
as both, yeah. So he's like the badass face. But
I think he just recently turned heel in progress as well.
Oh, he's been heel for a while. In progress, where he teamed up with him and
Jimmy Hammock and I think his wife. Now,
yeah,
Vicky
Haskins. They won the tag titles as well.
Yeah,
I don't think they're champions anymore, but I'm not sure, but they definitely won at one stage. What's up now?
TK just broke a chair, doing a Samoan drop on Janela.
Yeah.
So it's chair and thumbtacks.
Oh dear.
No, that's not a good combination.
The next match was Kings of the North against the Angel Cruisers in an OTT tag title eliminator. The winner will face the Rapture at Scrappermania. Now, all four men showed respect for each other at the start of the match, because last time they faced each other was that 6-way match involving Joey Janela and Owen, who else, and Duncan Disorderly as well. And so they respected each other's talents and stuff like that. And then straight away, listen, we respect each other, but, you know, one of us has to go through. And then it went from there where they started popping balloons at each other's heads. There was a part in the match where they went straight into the outside, and there's balloons set up because it's Martina's Gaff party. Mm-hmm. I don't know who hit who's with the head. I think it was
Bonesaw to
Be Cool, I think.
Be Cool, yeah.
They hit the balloon against the
Top
head.
of the night, they said.
Way!
Not my joke, sorry, it was Bonesaw's.
Be Cool, a lot of really good spots in this match. Be Cool springboarded from the ring into the crowds. And Angel dove from the crowd floor, saving Team P. Rick from Kings of North because they were getting chased away because they tried to attack them. After and then Bonesaw suplex Cool back into the crowd from ringside, so a lot of shock and awe with all those spots there. Towards the end then, it was Bonesaw and Corvin who were arguing because Bonesaw was getting over aggressive rather than getting the win. Here's Bonesaw saying, lads, listen, stop, we need to get the tree. And here it was Corvin stomping away in the end. Angel then kicked Corvin into Bonesaw, and then finished Corvin with a brainbuster / super kick. A new move, they said, for the win. And now it'll be the Angel Cruisers to face the Rapture for the tag titles at Scrapper Mania. You know, I'm not sure if you've seen this afterwards, but they showed a clip of the Kingston North after the match, and they were not just the two of them, but the three of them were arguing over their losses. So, yeah, it's going through. But here's the thing: it doesn't seem clear who's the bad guy in this, or who could be the bad guy in this.
I still think it's going to be Corbin.
Well, right now they're just both they're not on the same page right now. Like it's just one of those things. It's like
he's the youngest out of the three as well. He's probably the one that they've talked for a while as well about going on a singles run.
Have they?
Yeah. Well, OTT commentators have been saying it for a while as well.
Well, they've hinted how good he is anyway. Like that.
Oh!
What's up now?
A Samoan drop from the top rope, also with a electric chair from Janela. Oh, and then a fantastic frog splash from LJ. This is unbelievable, Dave.
You're actually deliberately gone to be Chris Kamara now at this stage.
Of course I am.
No, but
Chris Kamara. Paul Merson. Why'd you call Paul Merson?
I don't know. I was thinking of one of those guys on the main seats, like Phil Thompson or Charlie Nicholas.
Not Phil Thompson, no.
All right.
Charlie Nicholas is like the.
You're noticing that point.
Exactly. And I don't have the Scouse accent for it.
But yeah, but for me it doesn't seem clear yet of who's going through and that, like, so we'll have to wait and see.
What?
Of the Kings of the North, so we'll have to see what happens. Now, I could mention this next match because it is the 4-way now, but I think I'll get straight on to the main event first before I get onto that, maybe, if that's okay with you. Jordan Devon took on Angelico. Angelico, of course, for those who don't know, was a star in Lucha Undergrounds. Huge support from Devon with a variety of chants from, like, you know, let's go Jordan Devon and stuff like that. Like a lot of really good spots. It was like one in particular stood out was Jordan Devon moonsaulting onto the stage and then 450ing Angelico back into the ring. And then in the end it was Devon who won by the package pile driver in a very good main event match. Like Angelico tried to put on heat in the end, like tried and beat the guy who's trying to take away from the hometown guy, if you like. In the end then Devon went on a bit of a rant himself.
Poor Martina. Somebody give her a drink. She needs the fuel.
Devon then afterwards managed to challenge Haskins, who obviously went on the rants before that. And he also challenged Will Ospreay. Now, I don't know if you noticed yourself, Daragh, but Jordan Devon and Ospreay had a bit of banter on Twitter recently.
They did.
Where Will Ospreay said, "Oh, well, I'd love to face Devon one day."
He hasn't faced him in singles competition.
Yeah, and it's like, listen, I'm right here. And he also then, that could be, those could both be possible matches. And then he went on to announce his match against Sabre Jr., saying he doesn't care if you win the IWGP Heavyweight title, you better be coming ready to face me because I'm going to take your head off and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome.
Update from the Fatal 4-Way, Dave.
What's up?
Janela has a table.
I know what's going to happen. I'm just going to get onto that match now. Like, obviously, one more thing when you mentioned about Jordan Devon. Unfortunately, he got broken thumb, I think, which he got. I'm not sure he got in that match. He got in
Friday at Fight Club.
Fight Club Pro. So
I started listening to the Joey. What? No, Joey. Joey, no.
You started listening to
Joey,
what?
no. Put the thumbtacks away, Joey. But no. Why would you put them on the table?
Because it makes it more painful. That's why.
No, I know that. I was like, why would you want to cause that much pain to another person? But yeah, I started listening to the OTT podcast, the second episode with Karen or Session Mott and Jordan. Yeah. And Jordan talked about how he dislocated his thumb at Fight Club, but then he ended up breaking it by trying to put it back into place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, fair play to him for trying anyway. Yeah. So, but anyway, I'll get on to LJ Cleary.
Oh, this is not going to end well.
I'll go through what you just seen anyway.
Oh! Why?
It was awful, wasn't it?
Are you trying to make sure that Session Mott cannot go to Japan? Seriously? And that's it.
That's it.
LJ Styles in for the victory.
So let's just summarise what we just seen. So
Unbelievable.
It was
unbelievable scenes here at the end of this match.
LJ Cleary session with Martina, Joey Janela and TK Cooper for the OTT gender neutral title, recently won by LJ Cleary at OTT Contenders. I don't know if you noticed when you were watching that, but a very small section of the fans were booing Martina, and it was very small.
I have no sound on, so I can't.
Okay. No, but I don't think there was anyone booing after this match, and I'd be shocked if they were, because as you've seen there, LJ and Martina, they had a duel with a kendo stick and nunchucks. Terrific high flying in the match as well from everybody, as you probably noticed there as well. But then Martina took a beating, obviously, in this match. Like, I think she actually wanted to go into this match like as hardcore as possible, with Janela stapling her entrance sash onto her head. But LJ had it tough as well, as you said, as you seen there, like getting hit in the head with the Easter egg filled with thumbtacks.
And got speared as well through a table on the outside. Yeah,
everyone got suplex on the thumbtacks and the Easter egg pieces at one stage, I bet, as well. The German offs, I think.
The German off.
Yeah. TK reminded Martina that who headbutted at one stage that piece of Moen before headbutting her back. Martina then also showed her resilience in the match as it progressed, and it turned into Spot City at one stage with the German off, as you've probably seen there yourself.
Yeah.
And obviously, you mentioned TK spearing LJ.
It's the afterwards of this match right now, and it just did, like, they were focusing the camera on LJ, and Martina walked by it, and she still has some thumbtacks stuck in her leg.
Oh dear. That's probably why she was limping, actually, because she limped.
No, she was limping because she did her ankle in on the entrance.
As well.
On the entrance.
Did her ankle in the entrance, really?
Yeah, she rolled her ankle on the entrance. Again, from the podcast, I don't want to ruin it on you. Just listen to it.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, that's a nice moment.
It is a nice moment.
They just hugged it out. Congratulating the new champ. That was a Paul Merson moment right there, not being able to pronounce my words.
So you have hints of them here and there. Like, let's see. So you have the mix up words of a Paul Merson. You have the enthusiasm of a Chris Kamara. You have the or Charlie Nicholas.
The charming good looks of a Charlie Nicholas.
You don't have loyalty for a certain wrestler, then that'll make you Phil Thompson.
What, is he loyal to just Stevie G or just Liverpool?
Liverpool in general. He's so angry when they lose.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. He's a fan.
Yeah, he's a fan. But
thanks for being a fan.
Indeed. In the end, though, it was LJ who picked up the win after Janela, as you've seen, gave Martina a Death Valley driver through a plastic table covered in thumbtacks to retain the title. And obviously, as you've seen, Martina had one last rave after the match to a huge ovation, and rightly so. And I think anyone who had any doubts about Martina going into this match, which I imagine there was a few people were going like, oh well, what's going on, like, you know, getting like you talked to Butch about how why she's getting all these boos over performances like that. Why on earth would she, like, you know, it doesn't make any sense. That's just my opinion now, like, and I'm not one to go on sides on that, but it's just like makes no sense, you know what I mean?
No, I totally agree. Never once wanted to criticize Martina for her performances in ring. She's one of the biggest draws in Irish wrestling. She's proves it in the ring. I don't get why she gets the disrespect that she does, because it's not deserved.
She's arguably the biggest draw we've had in Ireland for the last homegrown draw in the last 3 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Arguably the biggest.
For sure.
Probably the
biggest. And she's one like making the most waves over in England. Obviously America has, she's going to start making waves in America now after this weekend, I'm sure too.
Sure, yeah. Who knows, she could be in being elite sometime.
You know, and as well with going over to Japan to showcase her talents over in Japan as well. It's just like it's people are going to, like, these people who boo are obviously wishing that they're wishing that she's not there, and like, be careful what you wish for, lads, because lads and ladies, whoever's doing it, I don't know exactly, but like, OTT is going to be worse off for not having Martina now in the next couple of months.
That said, their women's position is in a good position.
The women's position is, but for entertainment, and you want Martina on the shows.
Absolutely.
Yeah.